Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to the final session of Loyalty Connect Day 1. It's been a fantastic day. I don't know about you, but I have learned an awful lot. Look out for a survey towards the end of this session. We'll be launching one on screen. We really do want your feedback. We want to make this event as good as possible. Keep asking your questions too. Our team are live in the chat and they are ready to be quizzed. So drop questions all the way through. So far today, we have covered a lot of loyalty genius, people using loyalty innovations to drive some serious revenue growth. But now we're going to take a step back and look into the future of loyalty innovation, and of course, that comes with AI. So really excited to be joined by our LoyaltyLion CEO, Charlie Casey, and our product lead, Freddie. Guys, could you introduce yourselves? Charlie, over to you first.
Absolutely. As you said, co-founder and CEO of LoyaltyLion for the past 12 years, in fact. When we started LoyaltyLion, me and my co-founder, Dave, we wanted to solve a really big problem, and one that we identified as something that would just get worse. And that for us was retention in e-commerce, and that has most definitely proved true. When I look at other CEOs, you'll see that they come in all different shapes and sizes, and typically like a CEO has a passion within the business. They're either like a sales CEO, a marketing CEO, customer success CEO. I am most definitely a product CEO. I absolutely love working with Freddie and our brands, identifying challenges, coming up with a solution, seeing it get built and have a positive impact on their businesses.
Amazing, thank you. I think 8 years working together, I've definitely seen that involvement in the product. It's really great. Freddie, over to you.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Freddie. I'm the product lead here at LoyaltyLion. I've been with LoyaltyLion for over 3 years, getting close to 4 years now. I've worked in e-commerce my entire career, basically. I've worked around Europe and Southeast Asia. Notable stuff I've done at LoyaltyLion, so customer accounts we launched a couple of years ago, basically using their UI extensions to bring loyalty to the new customer accounts portal within Shopify. I also worked on the dashboard, so our loyalty attributed revenue dashboard that shows brands exactly how much revenue and impact the program is driving for their business. It also gives them views around CLV and average purchase frequency that members and tier customers generate for the brand. And there's an extension for that we did quite recently, which was around benchmarking loyalty attributed revenue, which shows brands how their journey is going compared to brands of similar GMV and category. And then most recently, I've been working on AI campaigns, which we're going to talk about very shortly.
Yes, I can't wait. And official launch partner for some of those features with Shopify, I believe.
Yeah, so we're a launch partner for customer accounts. That was pretty cool. We're featured in editions. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great, thank you. Great to have both of you here. Charlie, I'm going to come to you first. What is the guiding star or principle for the LoyaltyLion product team? What boxes does something have to tick to get into development, to get onto our roadmap?
Yeah, great question. So our focus in product is simple: make brands more successful. And how we do that is by increasing their lifetime value, because then they grow faster. Getting to decide which features to build to drive lifetime value isn't so simple. It's a lot more complex, a lot more involved. It takes an awful lot of time. What we do is we look at qualitative data. So we've got 10,000 brands who use LoyaltyLion. They take to our feature request boards. They ask for things. We run in-person workshops. For our larger brands, we do quarterly sessions where we hear their product feedback. And we even take to the streets and act as mystery shoppers for our brands that have physical stores.
Amazing. Yeah, you had an outing recently, I think.
We did. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then we also look at the data side of things as well. So we've got an in-house data team. They see which features are having the biggest impact on lifetime value. They look at the brands that are driving the biggest difference between the lifetime value of members and non-members and seeing how they're doing it. So there's those two camps. And then there's the third camp, which is there's a quote which is attributed to Henry Ford that I'm going to paraphrase terribly, but which is essentially if you ask people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse, and what they really needed is a car. I don't think that applies all the time, but I do think it applies when people can't see what's coming next. And AI campaigns was an example of that. Sometimes we just have to use our own imagination. No brand was asking for AI campaigns because they couldn't see what it would do. And that was an initiative driven in-house, and we're very proud to see it live.
Amazing. It's good to see how much brands are involved in that feedback process as well. Which stores did you visit?
We visited Sons. We visited Skin Cupid. We went to Neom.
Pure Soul.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
To name a few, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, Charlie. AI, we've already referenced it a bit. It has been the buzzword for a couple of years now, but it's not so simple as launch an AI feature. So how has LoyaltyLion been preparing for this age of AI?
So the first thing we do, and we always do in product, is we ask ourselves, is this new fad, initiative, trend, something that will make our brands more successful? And by that, you already know, means increase their lifetime value. And we've seen a lot through our time at LoyaltyLion. Over the 12 years, we've seen like voice. Everyone said, oh, e-commerce is going to go to voice. We're all going to talk through Alexa. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to be using desktops anymore. Well, that one wasn't true. So we asked ourselves, will utilizing AI make our brands more successful? And the answer was definitively yes. And the reason for that is because what AI is exceptionally good at is churning through vast amounts of data, surfacing insights, and surfacing recommendations. And the thing that LoyaltyLion has that differentiates us from other businesses is our vast amount of data. Like, we have been in business for 12 years. We have 10,000 brands using us, and actively 250 million shoppers. That's 75% of the US population using us at any one time. So we have tons of data. So we realized very quickly that AI could trawl through our data, surface insights, surface recommendations to help brands be more successful. We started on that journey about 2 years ago, in fact, where we hired an in-house data team and we rebuilt our entire data platform. And we needed to do that to make it interoperable so it could connect with the likes of Claude, ChatGPT through MCPs, and also enable us to build our own AI-powered features.
Yeah, I think step 2 on that journey was all around sort of testing and learning. Like, I think it's fair to say that the AI playbook is kind of being written as we speak. I don't think anyone knows exactly how it's going to evolve. And as we explore what AI can do and can't do, we kind of learn what use cases it's really suited for and what it's not quite ready for yet. So yeah, there's a ton of iterating. I think anyone that's done like system prompts, for example, will know that it's an art, right? Like, a system prompt can be a couple of lines or it can be reams and reams of text, but you're basically instructing the AI to produce something of value. And, you know, that's it's a very woolly area in terms of how you get to that valuable output. And so just tons of learning basically across many different use cases and surfaces, both operational and brand facing. It also kind of goes without saying, but we've also been adopting AI a lot within our product and engineering workflows. It's been nuts. Like, the last quarter or so, I can't keep up with the stuff that we're releasing. I do the kind of the in-app notifications of what we released, and the queue is just growing and growing in terms of what we're shipping. So AI has been fundamental to how we operate from a engineering and product team in terms of what we deliver and the velocity of which we're delivering stuff. I'm hoping that brands are seeing that in terms of our feature releases and the cadence which we're kind of shipping stuff at the moment.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing it in the marketing team, I can tell you that. I'm just thinking, God, I'm thinking about my prompts. That's something I would want to keep so private, because I talk to ChatGPT and Claude as though they're my friend. I think it'd be extremely
I think that's quite normal.
Yeah, we are asked regularly by employees, like, oh, can you see what we're asking? No.
I think my private one would be worse. So it's recipes and all sorts of, yeah. Fantastic, thank you. So, Freddie, in practice, what do these AI features look like? We've talked about AI campaigns. What does that look like day to day for brands?
Yeah, so echo Charlie's sentiment. We didn't want to build AI for the sake of AI. We wanted to build something that delivered value and that could help make the marketeer's life easier, run their program more effectively and efficiently, and remove some of that heavy lift. So yes, we kind of honed in on AI campaigns. And what the AI is doing within that feature release is it's making recommendations. It is looking for opportunities that the user might not have an understanding of, and where there's greatest sort of revenue generating opportunities there within their customer base. We launched 3 distinctive types of campaigns. The first was our points multiplier event campaign, otherwise known as sort of double points weekends. And what the AI is doing there, it kind of looks at your historic purchase sort of information, order information, looks at seasonality and trends, and basically looks at the next 90 days and suggests a truly quiet period where a double points weekend makes sense to run. You don't want to run double points weekends when demand is already high. You want to run double points weekends probably when demand is low, so you can bring customers back, incentivize them to come back and sort of generate additional demand and revenues. So it gives the marketeer basically a suggestion in terms of which weekend or which block of time would be best to run a campaign. And all the marketeer has to do is just schedule that campaign. The second campaign we launched was reward discounting. So what this does is the AI goes away and looks at large cohorts of customers that are close to effectively a redemption, a reward, like they're just shy of the points balance needed for a reward, and then looks at which is the largest cohort with the lowest incremental discount, and then suggests that reward to the customer. What that's great at is it leans towards motivating non-redeemers to become redeemers, and it helps brands move those customers from first to second purchase, turn them into repeat buyers, get them engaging in the program, and then build that lifetime value off the back of it. The third campaign we launched was birthday bundles. So this is all centered around birthday gifts. So we have a free product reward type. This looks at your product reward catalog, and it effectively looks at which product rewards across your different tiers do members engage with most, so which are the most popular free product rewards, and then, really importantly, looks at the subsequent spend after that reward is redeemed. So it's recommending rewards that customers love, and that when customers use that reward, they go on to be more valuable to the brand. So again, driving up the LTV for those customers. We've only been live for a few months now with AI campaigns. We're starting to see some really cool results. So I think looking at points multiplier event campaigns, on average, brands that run points multiplier event campaigns, they're seeing a 40% conversion of members that engage with the campaign. So of customers that land and start a journey and are eligible for the campaign, 40% go on to checkout, which I think is a pretty good number. In e-commerce. Another interesting data point, a brand of ours in Canada and the US, a cosmetics brand, they've been running double points weekend. I was looking at their one in March, and they saw a 20% increase in AOV, member AOV during the campaign period. So not only are they bringing customers back, they're also increasing spend per purchase. So so that seems to be doing pretty good so far.
Fantastic. And it's interesting, sneak peek of our consumer research that we just got back and will be presenting at Connect. But I think it was something like 82% of the people we surveyed think birthday benefits are a really important loyalty program perk, and free product rewards as well. So bringing those two together really nicely. Fantastic.
I agree. I'm an absolute sucker for a birthday reward. So I will go out of my way to claim my birthday reward from whatever coffee shop it might be.
Interestingly, they're rarely personalised.
No, you're right.
Which is where this could be so.
It needs to be relevant. It needs to be something that the customers are engaging with, for sure.
Yeah.
We're hoping to make this one a lot bigger as well. So rather than it just being a single reward, it can be a suite of rewards around your birthday period, so you feel really special. It's almost like entering your own loyalty program for the month of your birthday.
Amazing. I will look forward to that. I need to join some.
Yeah, me too.
Fantastic. And I do believe we do have a client coming to talk about their usage of AI in one of tomorrow's sessions as well. So look forward to that. Fantastic. What's next? What themes are you currently working on within the roadmap?
Well, before I get into the themes, it's probably worth talking about who we build for. And LoyaltyLion is primarily focused on mid-market and enterprise brands. And we are incredibly proud to be the #1 rated loyalty platform in the world on G2 for mid-market brands. And that is because we are laser focused in our roadmap and our delivery for those brands. And as Freddie said, we are shipping an awful lot right now, thanks to AI enablement and also to a very talented team. So we have 3 themes that we're building for these mid-market and enterprise brands. The first is a loyalty program that looks like no other. The second is experiences you remember, not discounts you redeem. And the third, exceptionally important, is multi-channel loyalty. Meet your shoppers where they shop.
Yeah, I can talk to what we've released recently across those themes. So in terms of a loyalty program that looks like no other, last year we released our headless API, which basically allows you to do that. So gone are the days where you need to rely on like simple components or iframes that are kind of restrictive in terms of the experience you can deliver on the storefront side. Whereas now you can use our headless API and you can build any experience you want on top of it. It's we're in the back end and we're powering the program. But on the front end, you can customize that to look however you like.
Amazing.
The second theme around remind me, Charlie.
Experiences you remember, not
Yeah.
discounts.
So the second theme around experience you remember, not discounts. We have brands using all kinds of rewards. Our rewards are super customizable. They're very flexible. We have brands that offer all kinds of experience. So things like dinner. So I think the Inky list, for example, offers dinner with their CEO plus a masterclass makeup session. We've got brands offering, you can use your points on donations, you can plant trees, one brand is trying to introduce a holiday. So if you earn enough points, you can actually claim and redeem a holiday as a reward. Those are all fantastic kind of experiential rewards.
That's one of my favourite things we're seeing, actually. I think I was looking at a jewellery brand the other day, and they do, their top tier members get 3 free repairs for their jewellery.
Nice.
It's just it's something I'd never have thought of, but it's a really nice touch. And I think we're seeing some hidden tiers as well. Kind of keep that top tier experience private and secret until you reach it, and then goodness knows what perks you get in there.
Nice. Yeah. We've also, because our rewards are so flexible now, you can also offer rewards that aren't associated with points. So if a customer moves from a silver tier to a gold tier, you can actually reward that movement. Very surprise and delight. They kind of get a really nice little treat, and that's kind of another kind of memorable experience that you can deliver through the program. And as Charlie said, multi-channel has been a huge area of focus for us. We've done a vast amount in this space. Our program is supported in 130 plus languages. We recently launched multi-channel reporting, so allowing brands to review how their program is performing across each channel, so across different POS sites and online and app. We also launched very, very recently receipt upload. So if you've got customers that shop in non-owned retail, they can show proof of purchase and earn some points, which is amazing for a brand because, one, they can differentiate on the shelf, which we know is very, very fierce. I'm going to pick the product that I know that I get rewarded or some points for. And then secondly, it gives brands insights into how their customers behave. So they've got hybrid customers that will shop both non-owned and D2C or owned retail, and they've got pure retail customers that they can see how those two different customers behave.
Really cool. Just to go back to the multi-channel, you said different POS sites. Does that mean I can see the uptake of a loyalty program in one store versus another?
Exactly. You can see redemption rates. You can see how your different tiers are interacting in those different POS sites.
Amazing.
We also have the deepest integration with Shopify POS. Evereve is one of our brands. We rolled out with them last year. They're in 100 plus POS sites, the biggest Shopify POS brand on Shopify. And we've had a very successful rollout with them too.
Amazing. So that'd be really helpful with training teams in store to know who's really putting their loyalty program out there and who isn't, and where do they need a bit more support.
Exactly. Which site is the program working well, and which ones perhaps need a bit more love and attention. Yeah.
Fantastic. So you've been quite busy.
Very
really.
busy. Very busy.
And I imagine it's going to stay that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you. I'd love to know from both of you, if you had to pick one feature that you think brands should be turning on and using, what would you go for?
You want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. So on Shopify Plus, there's the ability to update your checkout, and you can include LoyaltyLion's rewards in there. We call them use rewards at checkout, quite simply. And as a shopper, you're in there, and rather than having to copy and paste a voucher or go to the loyalty program and copy and paste it from there, there's just a drop down and you select your rewards. So it's a very seamless shopper experience. And the reason I recommend that one is twofold. One, you want your loyalty journey to be as seamless as possible. Zero friction. It's all about making shoppers happy, and this is what they want. They want to be on their normal journey, get to checkout and be like, great, there's my reward, thank you very much. The second point is, using our data team, we have found that when members use a reward, they actually spend more. Even once you've discounted and taken the cost of the reward off, on average, that basket size is 6.5 percentage points higher, which over the course of a year really, really adds up. If you're a brand doing 10 million GMV, we're estimating that's about a $65,000 incremental increase from one of our features. So we say, definitely turn that one on.
Yeah, we take that, definitely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Freddie, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be around tiers. So our tier solution is very, very sophisticated and advanced these days, where you can offer obviously different rewards per tier. But I think, and as I mentioned before, you can offer tier movement. So as you move up tiers, you can get additional benefits. I think for me, kind of automated tier benefits is a really nice thing. So if I'm in gold tier, I automatically get either free shipping or I get a flat discount, and that just happens organically. I don't have to necessarily claim a reward. It just is a perk that I get by being in that tier, by being a strong customer, basically. I think that's really powerful.
Definitely. And to add my 2 cents worth, my current favourite, free product rewards. I just think they're such a great way of introducing people to other items in your range. You don't have to do full size ones. It can be sample sizes. It can be, it's a bit harder for fashion brands maybe, but things like socks, belts, they're quite low cost. But
some brands also offer free product rewards that are exclusively for the loyalty members.
yes.
So you, as a normal customer, if you're outside of the program, you can't actually access that product, but it's only available to your members, which is a really nice sort of incentive to kind of join and get involved with the program.
It definitely is. It's good for brand awareness as well. I mean, I've just recently subscribed to one of our brands and I got a free water bottle and now I'm repping them all over town. It's great.
Yeah. And if you're a brand like Waterdrop who use LoyaltyLion, like you've got loads of different flavors, and you want customers to be introduced to those. And like Freddie said, you can either gate them for the loyalty program members, or perhaps whether one flavor actually causes someone to go on a different buying journey, and therefore use that as a free reward.
So Freddie, I'm not sure how much you're allowed to reveal or how much I'm allowed to ask, but what is next? What's on the roadmap? What should we look forward to?
Yeah, I think I always find this question so hard because I think it's the hardest question a product manager has to deal with. It's like, what's next? So yeah, I think we're going to continue to innovate in the AI space. There was stuff that we looked at before that was not maybe ready when we looked at it, and now we can reevaluate and see if it is ready in terms of consumer-facing experiences. I think AI has, in my mind right now, 2 critical use cases. So one is around better recommendations, both on how a brand or how a marketeer can run and tactically operate their program, but also more on the how do you set your program up? What do we recommend in terms of your feature catalog or your rewards catalog or your rule catalog, for example. And then on top of that, I think, so recommendation is one thing for sure. Another thing is as brands get bigger and multi-channel becomes more and more prevalent, I think consumers expect loyalty to be wherever they shop. Wherever a customer engages with your brand, they expect loyalty to be front and center, be that in POS or on web, on the app or in agentic shopping, like any of those services. I think shoppers expect loyalty to be present. And then for us, trying to communicate or try to articulate what that looks like to a user or a marketeer in terms of who your customers are, how they behave across those channels, what do their purchasing habits look like. I think AI is very good at crunching that information and providing that insight to the user. So I think both on the recommendations around the program and how to distribute the program, but also on creating new insights in terms of that multi-channel experience for marketers. I think that's where our focus will be.
Amazing. So the future of loyalty is looking pretty bright.
I hope so. Yeah, we've got so much to do. We've got a lot of stuff coming out in the next quarter. If you're not on our website or if you're not following us on LinkedIn, we've got a newsletter as well. So please do sign up for the newsletter to stay up to date because that's where you'll hear about it first. But yeah, the next quarter we've got some very exciting stuff coming out, which I can't wait to share.
Amazing. So stay tuned. Which leads us on to our last question. What's the most exciting thing about the next 5 years in loyalty? You can start, John.
So I dismissed some of the fads that we've lived through over the last 12 years, but I don't see AI as a fad at all. Some people have talked about it as the next internet. I think Bill Gates said it best when he said it's more like the GUI, like a screen. Before screens, only engineers could interact with computers. With screens, it opened up a whole new world, a whole new way of interacting. And you see when a new technology comes into the world, the first time it's there, people just think to themselves, how do I do the thing that I'm already doing today, but a little bit better? It's a bit like the Ford quote, how do I make a faster horse? How do I make my loyalty program easier to run or more impactful? That's phase 1, and we are there, and we are leading the charge on that. But phase 2 is the far more exciting one for me, which is what can I do in the future that I can't even think is possible today? And it's only when those dots come together that you can have those ideas. And if you look at Uber, that could not have existed, or even the thought of Uber couldn't have existed before you had a phone in your pocket, the world mapped by Google, GPS, and then someone went, I can put all those three things together, and now Uber is possible. That is what's going to happen with AI. And that's what's most exciting for me.
Interesting when it becomes part of your day-to-day, really naturally embedded rather than a thing that you have to sort of think about using.
Yep.
Anything to add, Freddie?
No, I think Charlie covered it. But I think, I think, like I said earlier, I think we're writing like AI. The book on AI is being written as we discover. And I think right now it's kind of growing exponentially in terms of use cases and applications. So I think like we're just going to be making sure that we're at the forefront of that and making sure that we are keeping our eyes open, not just like dismissing stuff because we're dismissing it, but really kind of exploring and understanding what's working and what's not working. That's I think the key is to keep being curious about what opportunities there are for us and LoyaltyLion.
Yeah, fantastic. I just keep going back to the voice in my head, voice shopping, because our Alexa does not do what we tell her. She does not do what we ask. So I can't imagine if she was part of our shopping journeys as well. And you can clear inventory as well. Let's say you've got a bunch of stuff you couldn't actually get rid of when you wanted to. Free product rewards, it's still free for the member. They still feel special, but you've cleared a bit of space as well.
We also introduced inventory as well on the free product rewards, so you can basically create scarcity of the rewards as well. So you can say there's only 50 available. It's going to drop next week. Get involved, get there early, claim the reward whilst it's available. So another really nice way to get customers to engage with your program.
Yeah, because product drops is becoming huge.
Yes.
Loyalty, tying your promotions to those.
Yep.
Fantastic. I'm afraid that is all we have time for. But thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you so much, Freddie, for joining us. Really appreciate you spending the time with us.
Absolute pleasure.